So, hey Taurus, my name is Chris and this is your beautiful reading for summer 2026. And it's going to be a good summer because all the other readings and the yearly readings I've done before, they look pretty freaking good tonight. One is stationary, that's the Knight of Pentacles here. One is just the jolly good fellow going along, happy, playful energies, the Knight of Wands. So that's a duality. Then we got Justice, then we got the King of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and the Page of Cups. 2, 4, 6. Then we got the Star card, my friend. The Ace of Wands, the Strength card. How much do we got? 6, 7, 8, 9. And let's just do one more. And really note that wants to come out. 8 of Wands, bottom of the deck, the 6 of Wands, which is the Victory March. Summer 2026, my friend. It's going to be good. So there are two aspects. The first two cards that came out were this kind of duality between the Knight of Pentacles, which is very... He's stationary, he's not moving. He's the only knight that is not moving, the Knight of Pentacles. So you got something. You planted something, you built something. Maybe it's an education, maybe it's something, a business that you've built, a side hustle, something like that, right? Maybe it's your main job, maybe it's your, I don't know, whatever it is. You prepared the field, so to speak. So you planted your little seedlings. And now it's time to just keep doing what you're doing. Don't give up on it, right? Nurture it. Maybe there is a time where you can't really do much, right? Right? So the field, the crops, the corn, whatever, the cotton is not high yet, but it's going to be summer. So this is going to develop, right? But you just have to protect your little seedlings and don't give up on it. So endurance, consistency, showing up for your stuff. Very practical, down-to-earth Pentacles energy. Not very exciting, but very smart to do. So you got something that kind of works for you that might not have yet, you might not have seen any benefits from it so far, but it's going to happen if you just keep protecting that. And then there's a different energy. You got the Ace of Wands here as well. And you got the Knight of Wands, which is picking this opportunity, this passion. And, I told this before, there are two ways of passion. With the Ace of Wands, we have to talk about passion, right? You got the 8 of Wands here as well. You got the Queen of Wands. So there's a lot of Wands energy, fire, passion, right? So what are you willing to suffer for is the question that was relevant since 2008. Pluto in Capricorn, right? But we're now Pluto in Aquarius. That's a complete different paradigm, basically. So you're not, what you're passionate about, what is important for you, what you would be willing to suffer for, but you already did that because that's how you found out that's a passion of yours. What comes next in summer 2026 and in 2026 in general is that playfulness, that jolly good fellow Knight of Wands energy, how you deal with your passion, no longer suffering for it, but joyful creation, right? And you got the Queen of Wands here as well, the 8 of Wands, very fast. You will manifest something, and this is this beautiful Wands story down here. You will manifest something very fast and very fruitful, right? If you just keep doing what you love, what you're passionate about. So there might be something that you do for joy, for happiness, for passionate reason, and there's a very practical, everyday showing up for it, discipline side of it. So show up and be playful. If you can do both, there is the Page of Cups here. I would say this is connected to your Wands energy, There is something your heart is connected to, something unexpected, something not pentacles, not practical, down to earth. Maybe you haven't made any dime from what you're doing on this side. There's something that you do for pentacles reasons, for coins, right? Keep doing that. Even if it has not yet shown too much reward. But keep doing what you're doing and follow your passion. These are, whether they are two sides, something that pays the bills, something that you do on the side, but do both. Don't just throw one out. You need both of these aspects. That's how your dream is coming true, right? There's the Star card, right? And there's the King of Discernment, the King of Swords. You know this. And there's Justice and there's the Strength card. So something will come out of it. Big manifestation time. The energies are super supportive, right? So whatever you focus your energy on will bring something forward, will generate something. If you keep doing what you're doing, not trying to force it, just authentically showing up for it and doing the work fairly disciplined, right? There's a disciplined side to it and there's a playful, joyful side to it. But the overall energy is the Six of Wands, right? The Victory March. That's beautiful summer. There's the Ace of Wands again and the Two of Wands. They both came out and actually I'm going to put them to the Knight of Pentacles because there is consistency here, there is discipline here, there is daily routine showing up for it, doing the work, investing the time and energy so that you can do what you're passionate about. Two of Wands to the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is connected to the Page of Cups, Knight of Wands, Queen of Wands, Eight of Wands. So yeah, be practical and smart about something. There's the King of Swords here as well. You know exactly what you want. You got a good plan. Just execute it. And don't become too cocky. Don't become too playful that you forget the discipline side of it. You need both of these aspects. There's the Ace of Cups. Beautiful. Self-love, self-respect, healthy boundaries. Justice for the Five of Cups. Then we got the Eight of Cups. Two of Swords. And we're going to do at least two more. There's the Hierophant here. There's the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Wands. Now, bottom of the deck, the Queen of Swords. You got the King of Swords here as well. So you got both the royal couple of the Swords energy and the Wands energy. So you know exactly what you're doing. You know exactly what you want and you know exactly how you do it. And you're super enthusiastic about it. You need the grounding. You need the discipline. You need the everyday showing up for it. Discipline, right? Represented by the Knight of Pentacles. Whether it's a day job that pays the bill and gives you the opportunity to do that side hustle, if it is a side hustle, maybe it is both in the same time. Maybe it's a career that you're really empowered and passionate about and you're going for it. But it's definitively connected to your passion. There is mastery here, so you know how to use that passion and how to make it real. There's the Star card, the Ace of Cups, the Victory March, there's the Justice card. Try not to force things, right? Just let it flow. And it's going to flow, right? That's the Victory March. Knight and the King and Queen of Swords, the King and Queen of, that's the one. King and Queen of Wands, King and Queen of Swords. Beautiful. The Orion Gate. I'm not sure I had this in a while. It's number 33. Let's just see what this is all about. Blue Angel Oracle deck card. Service. What is more important, being of service to others or being of service to yourself? This is a reoccurring dilemma for you to reconcile. Know that service to others can only be sustained when you look after your own needs. You cannot honor life and the universe when you do not honor yourself. Very important. Acknowledge this great truth quietly within your loving heart. Does it not make sense to you? Stand before the light of love and allow it to dissolve into lingering traces, any lingering traces of guilt. So you don't need to feel guilty. There is a big pleasure, what's the word? You get something. There's a star card here. There is a wish fulfilled from the universe. There's a big blessing. That's the word I was looking for. There's a big blessing here at play, unfolding. You can't just sit there and, think it's going to fall from the sky. You have to do something for it. You have to show up for what is important for you. You have to show up every day, daily routine, daily habit. Showing up for what makes sense to you. And if you need, a job to support that, to make that possible, then that's a necessity and you're willing to do that, right? But the main thing is your passion and what you have to give. There's a lot of giving here as well. In the mastery, king and queens here everywhere. The Hierophant is here. The star card. Your passion is not just for yourself, right? But if you make it joyful for yourself, you don't want to suffer for it. That's the big thing that this card talks about. You don't want to suffer for it. You want to make sure that there's joy and happiness in what it is that you're doing on a daily basis. And through that joy and happiness, you have so much more to give and so much better to give. And it's so much likely that people want it and receive it because energy is the new currency, right? So if you take care of yourself, if you make sure that you're okay, if you're doing what you actually love on a daily basis, then that what you do in love is going to be the gift to the world from you, right? And so you're kind of being a blessing and you're blessed at the same time, but you have to accept the blessing to be a blessing for others. So it's not selfish, that's what I'm trying to tell you, to just be freaking happy and to enjoy what is yours. Forget the old chapter, 5 of Cups, 8 of Cups. There is, we're all coming from 2025, right? Which was kind of the year of hell for decent human beings. But it's 2026. It's the summer 2026. Here, things are falling into place. And you just keep going into the direction that makes sense for you. And with every step, you're gaining momentum. You're gaining support from the universe. It is totally fine to take a step back in one direction that does not really make sense for you and invest that time and energy into what makes sense to you. Be smart about it. You have to keep it in a balance. You can't just, move to Mexico and be done with it, right? That's not a good plan. That's not what the King of Swords or the Queen of Swords would do, because they thought it through and have a plan and are super cerebral and intellectual, right? They wouldn't advise you to do something like that, right? And not even the Queen or the King of Wands, who are very passionate energies, right? Passion and logic, passion and practicality. But the practicality serves that which you're passionate about. And that is a blessing. To do that, to give that energy, that is a blessing. And if you accept that blessing, you automatically generate good frequencies and good energies. You enjoy yourself while you do it, and that is the gift to whoever wants to receive it. So that's the Orient Gate, being of service, but not in a suffering, painful way, where you negate your own needs and your own self. The star card is connected to the King of Discernment, right? And that's how it's presents itself, right? The King of Swords is wisdom, the King of Swords has a plan. He can be very practical, down to earth. And the magic is happening, the star card is activated, so to speak, if you truly enjoy what it is that you're doing, right? If you're just living in that, enjoy it yourself, you accept the blessing, and in that accepting of the blessing, enjoying your blessing, you become the blessing for others. That what you give is what you love. And that's a gift to yourself that you absolutely have to accept. And if you do, you're automatically radiating this out, and you're contributing and giving to the whole, to the universe, to, I don't know, the community, whatever you conceptualize. Make your dreams real. That's Spider Spirit. Okay, I haven't had Spider Spirit too often, so I have to look what this is all about. Weaving your dreams into the fabric of life begins with a single thread of intention, and then Spirit joins you as your co-weaving partner. Take but a single step to make your dream a reality, and Spirit will take 10 towards you. For the universe is designed to support your dream weaving. Spider Spirit arrives when you need reminding of the awesome power of co-creation with Spirit. Ideas and resources will begin to appear as if by magic as you begin to bring your dreams from the realm of intention, which is kind of the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. The realm of intention, you're bringing your dreams from the realm of intention, from your thinking mind, from your making plans and stuff like that, into the world of the senses where they can take form. And that's the one's energy through your passionate enjoyment of what it is that you're doing. The action you need to take is to be clear about your intentions, and then act as if you have become the one that lives the life you desire. The web of creation has an uncanny way of coming together to weave the beautiful patterns you set in motion. Yeah, now's the time when inspiration wants to be channeled through you as something creative, even artistic and tangible. So you have a dream, you have a plan, you know exactly what you want. You planted your seeds, and you learned a great deal from this kind of year of hell, 2025, or the last 9 years, maybe even since 2008. You learned a great deal. You did not arrive here with the King and Queen of Wands and the King and Queen of Swords by fluke, right? You did something for it. A few things got broken. Maybe you lost people, relationships, narcissistic abuse, something like that. But this is over, and you have to let it be over. You now take care of the plans that you've seeded. You show up for your dreams, small incremental steps, and you cannot fail. Just make sure that what it is that you're doing is meaningful to you, that you're passionate about it, that makes sense for you, but that it also feels good and feels right, like a blessing that you bring forward into the world by doing it. That's the star card, that's the 6 of Wands, that's the Ace of Wands, and I'm super happy for you because I got Taurus in my chart as well, and that sounds pretty good. So check out your Sun, Moon and Rising if you want the full picture. There's a yearly reading here somewhere at the end. I link it somewhere at the end. And share, like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think about it, and hopefully see you next time. Now, my friend. Ciao.